Here's Dan Shapiro to help you find your edge, master your process, and own your future.
Hey guys, good evening everybody. Welcome to another edition of the AccessToTrader.com nightly wrap-up show. Thank you very much for tuning in. Guys, take a moment out, support the channel, click that like button if you haven't done so already. Subscribe, and hopefully, again, I could hopefully put you in the right direction to show you which way the wind is blowing. So let's talk about the indexes first. QQQ today closed below the 50-day moving average in a little bit of time, right? This is the first close here. As you can see, the 50-day moving average was 711.60s. This is the first close, 709.40s below the 50-day moving average, the first time since all the way back to here on April the 7th. Does that mean this is now a death spiral for technology stocks? Not necessarily, because the way this market's been trading, there's been such a big disconnect that one group miraculously pulls up the whole market, and then vice versa. If you look at the scoreboard today, NASDAQ dropped by 1%, 300 points, led by chips, memory names, oil surged, and the Dow down 0.25%. Not a big deal. But from the technical aspect, as we all know, above the 50-day moving average, and you can see here in the market reclaimed the 50-day moving average on April the 8th. The QQQs went from 588 to the high of 748. So again, it's very important that the bulls reclaim back control tomorrow above the 711.60s on the close, 712 area, because again, as we all know, the longer we continue to build a base or build a ceiling below the 50-day moving average, the higher probability the buyers will get tired, get frustrated, and the market will start seeing selling pressure. The only reason why definitively I don't say, well, guys, take out your buy buttons, because it's the really weird and very dynamic disconnect we've been seeing. If you guys remember, for the last 2 months, it's been the Microns, the SanDisk, the Qualcomms, the Marvels, the AMDs, the ARMs of the world going crazy, right? Going absolute crazy. And all the things we've been just talking about was, well, wait a minute, I don't understand. Well, why is Microsoft, Meta, Apple, Amazon, Google, why are they terrible, right? And they just shifted roles. They completely shifted roles. And now you have the stocks that had really destructive moves, right? The Metas of the world, you know, it's again, getting some life. The Microsofts of the world getting some life. Again, remember that these stocks were going down for months. Again, rotation out of the semiconductors and memory spaces back into the stocks that got murdered. If you look at Amazon, right? Woke up from the dead for the last week or so, woke up from the dead. We'll get to that in a second. Look at Google, right? Google, same thing. Had a big move down below the 50-day moving average and rallied right back to the 50-day moving average where it got rejected today, which is actually setting up a dynamic down the road. PLTR that didn't have even a breath of life left, right? Going into like a week and a half ago, had a really nice week and a half worth of rally. So we're in this weird dynamic. And so folks, just remember this, any close, again, if we continue to close below that 711.5 area on the QQQs, the longer we prolong reclaiming it back, the higher probability the market could come in, which is amazing now because the reversal of the roles have shifted. Micron was the Teflon stock, right? Absolute Teflon stock. Again, here's another perfect example of reclaiming the 50-day moving average, and Micron went from 400 all the way up to 1200. Again, it's still above the 50-day moving average, but I kind of want to show you the dynamics of what potentially could happen. SanDisk, another stock, completely on a runaway train. And this is a key note today, guys. It did close below the 50-day moving average. Matter of fact, if you look at the semiconductors, the SMHs, it kind of reflected back to QQQs. This is now the first close on the SMHs below the 50-day moving average, going all the way back to April the 6th. So once again, the same thing that goes for the goose goes for the gander. The fact that there is such a big disconnect right now with the mega caps and the Magnificent Seven, they could easily reclaim back. So if you look at the SMHs, the same note as the QQQs, the longer we stay below 584, 585, on the SMHs, the higher probability they will start another leg down. So we're in this really weird dynamic. Okay. We are, right now fixated in individual stocks. It's very, very odd, especially today. If you traded today, you kind of saw the Qs lost the 50-day and went down like 7 points. And we saw Amazon, Google, PLTR, Microsoft, Apple, they were all screaming. So it's a very weird dynamic seeing the Qs taking out lows, losing, major areas, and former leaders or current leaders that just took a very, very aggressive break were leading up. Now, the question going into tomorrow, can the bulls reclaim back the 50-day moving average? Or can the bears start building, right? Can they start building below the loss of key moving average today, both in the semiconductors and the QQQs? Remember, the semiconductors do make up 33% of the NASDAQ 100. So how do we proceed from here? Obviously, because we have this weird dynamic, we need to be prepared on both sides of the markets and make sure you have longs and make sure you have shorts. So if the semiconductors close below the 50-day moving average, naturally, right, you want to see if the semiconductors can follow through to the downside. So let me give you guys a couple of names to watch for tomorrow for stocks that potentially violated the 50-day moving average and potentially could follow through. So let's start off with Marvel, right? Let's start off with Marvel. Marvel today held the 50-day moving average on the close. Everybody see it, right? See this blue line? That's the 50 days. So Marvel bounced off the 50-day moving average. If Marvel loses the 50-day moving average tomorrow, that obviously is a massive, massive sell signal. Keep an eye on it. Again, we're not trying to predict that it does. We're trying to take the data and be prepared for it. That's the whole point. We're not trying to be right. We're just trying to be prepared. So Marvel, watch this thing if it loses the 50-day moving average tomorrow that it defended today. If you look at ARM, kind of the same thing, right? ARM today got snuck right back above the 50-day moving average on the close. But if ARM loses today's channel tomorrow, there is going to be selling. Again, look at SanDisk. Okay, same thing. SanDisk today had a really, and again, this is a little bit different, right? The stock trades at $100, $150, $200 ranges. So again, make sure this is something that you feel comfortable trading, but you can clearly tell it's try to rally back. And again, somebody's going to turn around and say, this is a definitive hammer. And maybe it is. And that's the whole point. This is why we're saying watch both sides tomorrow. If it could get back above the 50-day moving average and resume its rally, sure, you can get a nice move tomorrow. Having said that, if it does lose today's channel, you can find some selling as well. Look at ASTS. Remember those whole space stocks play, right? Whole space stocks, this, that, and the third. Well, stock tried to rally back into the 50-day moving average, got rejected, and this is now the lowest close in the whole week's formation. Keep an eye on this thing to the downside. SpaceX, right? SpaceX, we talked about on the weekend video that, hey, it was going to get added to the NASDAQ 100. That's exactly what happened. We talked about this yesterday, that they sold it into the announcement. And this is now, guys, this is now like an inch or so, right? An inch or so away from the IPO lows. This is the last thing shareholders want to see is SpaceX violate the IPO lows. Obviously not a really good looking sign. Gilead looks good, right? The bios have been actually kind of waking up here. Gilead is now closed, now progressed price per share for the last 2-3 days above the 50-day moving average. All it needs to do is clear out this area. If the biotechs continue to be strong, Gilead, keep an eye on Gilead, guys. If this is your thing, definitely keep an eye on Gilead. Amazon, right? Amazon looks pretty good, man. Amazon does look pretty good. Of all the beta names that are setting up, this thing is very, very close. Guys, you see this whole channel here? This is a long channel going into the June highs. We want to keep an eye on this thing. Again, doesn't necessarily have to confirm, but if we are back in the scenario tomorrow that the bulls reclaim back the 50-day moving average, well, Amazon looks pretty good. So you definitely want to keep an eye on that. Tesla, man, look, at this point in my career, I love Tesla. Tesla's been great. Yesterday for all you guys who traded, Tesla was absolutely awesome. Here's the crazy part of Tesla, and you don't really see this a lot. So this is what makes it more dynamic. Tesla now, in the last 5 sessions, right? In the last 5 sessions, 1 full week of trading, has reclaimed the 50 and the 200-day moving average and lost it in the last 5 days twice. You don't see that. This is starting to be almost comical. Tesla today closed below the 50-day moving average. So naturally, and obviously I'm going to say this joking around, but we all of us know, anybody who trades Tesla, I trade Tesla a lot, right? A lot. Anybody who's been trading Tesla for years and years and years knows that this thing could absolutely do anything. Was there a definitive sell signal here at the close? It closed below the 50-day moving average at 407.60s. Absolutely, it's a sell signal. Will anybody be really shocked if we're having a conversation tomorrow night above yesterday's highs? I wouldn't. But having said that, again, I know my levels. I will be watching it on both sides of the market. If it loses today's channel tomorrow, obviously it will be a continuation of a sell signal, giving up the 50-day moving average. But at some point tomorrow morning, if it reclaims back the 50-day moving average, just the same scenario we saw in the SMHs, and we just had a discussion on the QQQs, then this thing can have a romantic bet. Man, we saw a guy come in today with 1.1 million 2 weeks out for the 430 calls. Why? Why? 27 points out of the money? Again, I'm a romantic. Not that much of a romantic. So we have a lot of things we're watching tomorrow. Semis, obviously, if they violate and confirm today's channels below the 50-day moving average, there will be sells. If the market reclaims back the 50-day moving average tomorrow, I definitely want to keep an eye on Amazon. Amazon looking pretty good. We are watching SpaceX for a potential violation of the IPO lows. So if you look at today's pivots, right, you look at today's pivots, again, SpaceX, we talked about this yesterday, 155, held 3 times. It's a short. Stock is traded all the way down to below 149. We are still waiting for those IPO lows. Amazon had a really, really nice spike in the morning. 246.72 needs to build. Here was Amazon. Took out the 46.72, traded all the way up to 249. Again, very close to getting back above the June highs, but a nice little spike on Amazon. Again, shows you a really big disconnect between the mega cap stocks and the general technology group. Apple never made it up to the 1740 level. Micron got hit 915 pre-market lows, traded down to like 887. Again, a lot of stocks got hit very, very aggressively before reclaiming it back. And I believe that's it for the day. I traded Tesla, a couple of bounces there, nothing crazy. But the most important part is, again, we're in this very, very odd dynamic that the mega cap technology stocks are holding up the market. Holding up tremendous selling pressure, because if Microsoft got weak, if Apple got weak, if Amazon and Google and Meta got weak, man, we would have been looking at a 3% decline today. So it's going to be very interesting to see. But on the surface, we did close below the 50-day moving average. First time since April the 7th. Bulls, you have to reclaim back 711.60s tomorrow on the close. Bears, you have to lose today's channel to kick the selling more into gear. Guys, have a great night, everybody. God bless. If you are interested in pivots, guys, all you need to do is hang out for 30 days, see if the pivots are a right fit for you. Guys, God bless. Have a great, great night. And with God's help, I'll see you on the field tomorrow.